Today is Thursday, March 6th, AD 2025. This is the Africa Review in 5, written by Seth Meyers and presented by Yamikani Katunga. The European Union pays to kill Africans. The South African Constitution guarantees that any baby can be murdered under certain circumstances. Specifically, Section 27 reads, "Everyone has the right to have access to healthcare services, including reproductive healthcare." This phrase, reproductive healthcare, is intentionally deceptive because the actual names would be far too offensive. But we can be very sure what they mean by this diabolical term. In a crude video titled, "Abortion, Unpregnant," this term is used to describe a 15-year-old who wants to murder her and her boyfriend's baby. She and her friends gather on a merry-go-round as if they were mere children to discuss how best to do this without her parents' knowledge. The World Health Organization slides abortion easily into the slippery term. Pagan religions have always looked for ways to murder babies easily, to make a way for the unhindered practice of their lusts. Henry Junod documents that before the Bible came to the Tongas, immorality was very common, and even abortion in some cases was prescribed. But recently, I found a string of signs posted on a prominent road promoting infanticide, where black doctors would remove black babies from society. On one sign, the phrase reproductive health was used. These signs were spawned by an organization known as Section 27 and paid for by the European Union. As if it were a demonic joke, the Center for Child Law gives no justice to the estimated 200 black babies murdered each day in the Rainbow Nation. By God's providence, Africans can read the Bible because Christians came from European nations. The economies of those countries provided the schools for Africa for several generations, as well as the gospel of Jesus Christ. Scottish explorer David Livingstone explicitly said in 1856 that he worked for the advance of commerce in Africa so that the peoples would be opened up to every benefit from wholesome enterprise. Many people joined the uproar against the ills of colonialism. The real colonial danger is the subtle poison of cultural Marxism, cloaked by the phrase social justice at the bottom of those signs. What could be more colonial than a German Jew's evil ideas about creating a utopia without God, absolute truth, or any consistency with the nature of men? Marx very clearly wrote about his hatred of the family, marriage, and children in Chapter 2 of the Communist Manifesto. Why should Africa accept this intrusion from Europe? Babies are murdered under this flag, and where is the public protest? Abortion is a very clear problem, but there are many others that slither through the cracks. The aforementioned linked websites included in the accompanying article also include the active destruction of male and female through transgenderism. Climate change is included as an element of social justice as well because the demonic conspiracy attempts to eradicate every vestige of Christian principles from society, including private property. Feminism is on the websites as well as sodomy. We don't read news articles shocked by signs like these because no significant portion of the 60 million people in this country are offended. Colonialism is spoken against when it refers to bringing in schools, reading, hospitals, republican government, capitalism, the nuclear family, and absolute biblical morals. But Europe's most satanic schemes are welcome, especially when they offer to pay for them. The solution, therefore, is slow and steady evangelism by the relatively small percentage of true Christians. Our Lord sent us to make disciples of the nations by preaching, baptizing, and teaching in local churches. The presence of such signs and all the evil groups behind them are the things that need to be mocked and avoided, rather than the gracious gifts of Bibles, schools, and commerce that a Father has kindly given through history to Africa. And that's it for the Africa Review in 5 on this Thursday, March 6th in the year of our Lord 2025. Comment with your thoughts on abortion in Africa And don't forget to subscribe to the Missionary Minds podcast on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. I'm Amikani Katunga. Be not weary in well doing.